Hi, my name is Sophie, and I'm a senior at Chapman, and I'm a psychology major with a double minor in IES and disability studies.
So, do you think your speech therapist is a leader as a teacher or a leader as a coach?
I personally think my speech therapist is a leader as a coach because when I think of a coach, I think of someone who like works with you throughout time, whereas a teacher is someone who you work with for a specific like amount of a time. So I've been going to see my speech therapist for the past 12 years. So she coaches me throughout life. She encourages me. She wants me to get to the best place that I can actually get to. Whereas with a teacher, I feel like a lot of their experiences is only for like a set like amount of time.
And what do you think the difference between the leader as a teacher is versus the leader as a coach?
I feel like the leader as a coach is more of leading by example. In sports teams, they might show how to perform a certain task, while teachers do more verbal explaining of concepts rather than showing how to do them.
So the way I see it, leader as a teacher is their role is to set a certain criteria for their students, and the students either manage to reach that criteria or they don't, and the teacher doesn't have an emotional stake in their performance. Whereas for a coach, they want their team to do the best they can, so they will use emotional or any sort of motives to make sure that their team does the best that the coach wants them to do.
I believe a teacher gives you the resources in order to complete a task, while a coach gives you the motivation in order to complete the same task, but guides you in a different way.
So a coach, in my opinion, is somebody that kind of helps you in a mechanical way to teach you skills, if that makes sense. So someone that is showing you what, like, I don't know, physically is easy to do and kind of supporting you through that. And it's something more, I don't know, mechanical, I would say. Whereas a teacher is someone that is trying to trying to inform you on a subject, but then also trying to ignite and stimulate your own opinion on something, and get you thinking more about, I don't know, a subject per se. And yeah, that's it.
My dance teacher more so gave us motivation and kind of guided us to what she wanted us to do and what we had to do to complete our goal as a dance team, while a teacher, like any teacher that I've had in the past, gives us educational resources, gives us facts and knowledge, but isn't really concerned as much with the motivational aspect, and kind of we're like more on our own in reaching the goal.
All right, so teachers and coaches both give knowledge and prepare you to apply that knowledge in whatever medium that is. So as a teacher, they're giving you education that you can apply into your academic career, but with coaches, they're still giving you knowledge, it's just applying it in a different setting. They're both motivators and they're both pushers, but just in different ways.
Okay, so I was a bit confused between the leader as a teacher and the leader as a coach, because I saw a bunch of similarities. But after doing some research online, what really stood out to me was the leader as a teacher. They're considered to be pushers of knowledge, so they have a knowledge for something that you don't know, and they're the primary catalyst of you kind of changing your knowledge. Whereas the leader as a coach, they're polars. So basically, they know that you have pre-existing knowledge on whatever they're trying to coach you on, and they know that the way that they're going to help change you or change your perspective is to help reach and pry out of that inward self and pull it out for you to help you change. So I think that's the main difference, is that leaders as teachers, they're pushers. They help you, they already know this information and they want you to learn that information, and that'll help spark your change. And the leader as a coach, they are the pullers. They want you, they already know that you have pre-existing knowledge on whatever they're trying to coach you on, but they're gonna try to pull that inward self out of you to kind of give you a different perspective to help you live and figure out your why. And I think that the similarities between the two is that they have different ways of doing this. They have different ways of helping you change your perspective and helping you teach and lead and coach. But I think that the main similarity between the two is that both of them are helping you find your why and your purpose in life, whether it's through a bunch of different ways. For me, I think an example of kind of the connect between the two was my tutor that started tutoring me when I was in 4th grade. So I had her as a 3rd grade teacher. Her name is Miss Bagai, and I just loved her from the minute that I met her. She was such a good teacher for me. And as I continued to go through that year of schooling with her, she wasn't only a teacher for me. She didn't just teach me the knowledge that I needed to know in school. She acted like kind of a life coach for me. I would just ask her advice on just random stuff and she would give me answers. So after 3rd grade, I needed help in school, so she offered to tutor me. And that tutoring session was honestly like, it was half of her tutoring me in math or science or any of the subjects that I needed help on, because she was really great at doing the academic teaching. So that was kind of where the pushing of the knowledge came on. She pushed her knowledge that she had that I didn't onto me to help me gain a new perspective on school in that way. So I think that she served as a life coach for me by just having open and honest conversations with me. That's what really set the tone of her being such a great teacher for me, because I felt like she wasn't this like administrative figure like heading over me. I wasn't afraid to ask her questions about whether it was in academics or in life. So I think that's important, because I kind of saw her as an equal to me. I saw her as a friend, I saw her as a mentor, I saw her as a coach, I saw her as an academic teacher. And yeah, I just think she really served many purposes in my life and really inspired me. She was an inspirer for sure.